People think getting lean requires you to have this superhero level of discipline or willpower or being some sort of esoteric being, when in reality it just comes down to this simple mind frame switch. This is what allowed me to get lean in 12 weeks, and it's not as complicated as you think it is. It simply just comes down to molding yourself into the person who gets lean and doing all the things that require you to get lean. And that's easier said than done, right? But there's a whole shift in who you are and how you operate and function in the day-to-day life that you must shift and snap into in order to actually get results this time. Because chances are you've tried multiple things already. You've tried doing this, you tried doing that, you tried the new diet plan, but nothing seems to actually work for you. Here you are, still falling short to getting lean, still falling back to whatever is keeping you from it in the first place. But once you make the shift and you understand and realize what actually does a lean person look like, and when you start breaking that down and going backwards and realizing that it's really simple, it's really as simple as you think. The person who gets lean just eats when they have to, they train when they have to, and they sleep as they have to. And there's really nothing more than that. And once you can, first of all, identify these things and realize what actually is required of you, and if you don't really know, I have an entire video series on this channel explaining step by step on how to actually get lean. And it goes over building an actual plan for yourself, tailoring it to yourself, training, diet, literally everything you need to get lean. But that's super important and vital to, first of all, get in the direction of getting lean, because it's like you have to have a map that at least shows you where you're going. And this thing that I'm explaining in this video is just going to tell you how to actually follow that map and get through it and navigate it day by day. Like I said, once you just identify those things that you have to do, what person do you have to mold yourself into in order to actually get lean? That's one piece of the puzzle. But then as you go about this journey and this progress, you realize that it's not just something that you can discipline your way through. It's going to require actual change from you, actual effort, actual resistance that you're going to have to overcome from you specifically and directly. Once you make that snap and that decision to actually finally getting lean, you then realize that it just comes down to change of your habits. And all of those things, all the culmination of everything you're changing, leaves you with being lean as a byproduct. In this, you just got to gear yourself to being lean, and you have to have no exception for anything else in your life during these however long many weeks that you dedicated to getting lean, especially after going in the description, looking at the video series, creating a tailored plan for yourself, and understanding the 3 action items that you need to do every single day in order to get lean. That being your North Star, but going about your life after having those things and realizing that nothing else is as important as getting these things done, and actually finding pleasure in getting these things done, because every time you do these things, you know that you're en route to getting to where you said you were going to get to, and you essentially transform your life. You move things, pick things apart, move things aside in order to accommodate these 3 things that you created for yourself in this fixed time frame, that which are going to lead you to the results that you initially started out to get. And this leaves you moving through these weeks, moving through the day. No matter how tough it gets, no matter how much temptation there is, no matter how much blockage there is in your life, chaos, you move things around as needed, and you essentially bring this into reality based on your conscious effort and decisions. Once you become brainwashed to getting lean, it leaves you with no other option but to get lean. Once you brainwash yourself to do these action items no matter what, and you find pleasure in doing them, and you have no problem with sitting there with temptation or not doing this one thing and deviating from that path that used to take so much that would lead you off course, and you actually seek the pain and you seek the action items that are tough and difficult, but you understand at the end of the day this is required, and this is getting you to where you need to be. That's the game changer in your mind, which has nothing to do with calories or the way you train or anything really fitness related, but it's just a mental shift, a mental switch that leaves you with no other option but to get lean, but to follow through with what you said you were going to do. but to actually get results this time, unlike all those other times where you just always fell short. Something as simple as just that singular mental shift with you just not leaving yourself with no other option but to getting lean. And like I mentioned many times in this video, once you have a tailored plan for yourself, you understand exactly what needs to be done in a fixed amount of time frame. And then on top of that, implementing this mind frame, which just leaves you with no other option but to stick to what you said you were going to do and follow the implemented plan. That's when you see real change. That's when you actually complete body transformation. That's when you actually get lean. And all this change in yourself leaves you with a body to show for it. Either way, guys, that's going to wrap up this one. If you want me to come into your life, build a tailored plan for you, actually get you lean, based on whatever you have going on, book a call down below. We can see where you're at, where we can be. And yeah, guys, that's going to wrap up this one. Have a good one.